The future of the King Center.
I see the King Center as an institution that prepares emerging and next generation leaders from all sectors of life to be the kind of leaders who will lead this country with integrity, with compassion, with courage, with conviction, and to becoming a more morally excellent nation.
All right, we ready to go, sir.
One of the groups that are going to dive into Dr. King's mind.
Of the paper chase.
This past summer, 2012, I inaugurated what we call our N.O.W. encounter. And that N.O.W. stands for Nonviolence Opportunity Watch. And I thought about everything that happened with Trayvon Martin and the gentleman that killed Trayvon Martin. Sad to say, he was on a neighborhood watch. But imagine if he had been exposed to and developed in Kingian nonviolence. That same gentleman, in the face of whatever encounter he may have had with Trayvon Martin, it would have turned out totally different, because you know, it's looking for opportunities to employ nonviolence. That's exactly what it is. You as a young person, we want to prepare you to be ambassadors in the environments that you find yourselves in.
Me being one of the products of this generation, I feel like a lot of the nonviolent movement, a lot of the elements of the nonviolent movement are things that are applicable to the situations that a lot of kids encounter today. And it is essential if we want to combat a problem of violence and structural violence, you know, institutions, we have to combat that with principles that facilitate a cure for that violence.
I felt that the young people needed to see the real places where a lot of the movement took place. So as a part of the N.O.W. Encounter Summer Camp, we took them to Montgomery, Alabama, where it all began, to make that connection, to see the place where Dr. King started his pastorate, stand in that pulpit, to hear the stories not from a teacher who's interpreting what's in a textbook or someone else, but from people who lived during that time period. To go to the parsonage that was bombed, that my mother was in the house with my sister, and to hear about my father's, what I call it his baptism in the Holy Spirit.
Know what he said happened right here in this kitchen? All of the fears left him. It was a turning point, a defining moment, a revelation, a word from God. It was an epiphany. And you heard it crystal clear the night before he was murdered in Memphis. What did he say? He said, I'm happy tonight. He said, I'm not fearing any man. I just want to do God's will. But I want to ask you guys, where did he lose those fears? And if anybody asks you, you tell them 309 South Jackson Street, Montgomery, Alabama, January 27th, around midnight, right here in this kitchen. It's the closest you're going to get to hallowed ground on earth.
We actually had two camps. One was in June, one was in July. The July camp was really very diverse.
I would like to say thank you for allowing us the opportunity to meet the other teenagers and make strong friendship with them. Thank you also for teaching us the principles of nonviolence, which we can apply to Cyprus in order to work for beloved community.
The Cyprus kids went back to Cyprus, and as a part of their graduation from their Cyprus Friendship Program, actually presented those principles at their graduation. So it has stuck with them. Every opportunity that I get to expose young people to my father's legacy, I try to take time to do that, because I believe wholeheartedly in what he was teaching us, and of the dire need for it today. And the only way, in my personal opinion, that we're going to see a cataclysmic shift in our nation and world is when we have more people who truly understand his teachings.